everybody. My name is Tor from Capital Law Consulting, a law firm Kiev, and I would like to tell you today about very important aspect of company registration process, of limited liability company registration in Ukraine process, which is the amount of share capital, the amount of share capital of Ukrainian limited liability company. That's what would I like to tell you today. First of all, the amount of share capital is just declaration of shareholders of Ukrainian limited liability company to invest some certain amount into that company, so that company will be able to use those funds in order to proceed with the business. So basically, legally and actually, it is only the declaration of intention to invest. The declaration of whom? Of shareholder, to invest what funds or even materials, because share capital can be, like shareholders can invest some materials like machines, like some special equipment, real estate, land, any type of property that has some certain value, and they have the right to invest it into Ukrainian company. To make you clearly understand how it works, let's just take some situation. In the case of Ukrainian limited liability company is established by two shareholders that will own 50% in the share capital of Ukrainian company. Let's just take this case. Two shareholders owning 50%, 50 and 50. The whole amount of share capital is, for example, 1 million USD. The both shareholders, they are individuals. Individual citizen like US citizen, yeah, for example, UAE citizen. They are to register, they do intend to register Ukrainian limited liability company. And they intend to invest such certain amount, yes. So at the stage of company registration, when the company registration documents are being signed, they are just writing, actually it's lawyer makes, but legally they are just declaring that each of them will invest 0.5 million into the share capital of Ukrainian company. It is impossible to register a company in Ukraine without declaration of intention to invest. So this amount of share capital will be attached to this company in the company registration documents in the state register of legal entities. And basically the state of Ukraine, when the Ukrainian authorities, when they will see this company is to be registered, and meanwhile they will register this company, they will see that those individuals do intend to invest such certain amount into Ukrainian company. From another hand, besides it is the declaration, it's also the possibility to invest. Because if you, for example, if in this case, if two shareholders are establishing this company, and they will write down in the share capital of Ukrainian company like not $500,000, like for example 100K each USD, yes? So that means that they legally have the right to transfer into this Ukrainian company only this amount, not more. The money transfer is being made, like cashless transfer is possible and even preferable if in the case with the US citizen, probably he has some account in US bank, and he can make the money transfer directly from United States bank to the company's USD account after the account is opened, after the state registration of Ukrainian company. So it gives the right and it gives the possibility to make that type of investment. Usually the period to make investment is 6 months. Since the company is registered, since they have declared that they will make an investment. Basically, if someone will not make that investment, some of these two shareholders, they will not have some administrative or some criminal responsibility, absolutely not. They will have just responsibility, a corporate responsibility, that the share in the share of the shareholder, for example, he hasn't made his investment, it can be decreased. His share can be decreased to the level that he to the level of investment that he has made. And the share of another shareholder can be increased. Like, for example, if one shareholder had made investment of $500,000 and another had made didn't make at all investment during 6 months since the company has been registered, so the first one has the right to push out, to exclude, to eliminate from the shareholders of the company another shareholder, because he did not make the investment. Although beginning from June 2018, the legislation of Ukraine gives the right to make responsibility under so-called corporate agreement or corporate act. Corporate act is the document between these two shareholders, in which is written there what do they have to do during the management of this company, what decision they need to make, what amount of investment they need to input, what actions they shall not make, and what is the responsibility. For example, and they can write in that corporate contract, corporate agreement, the responsibility for not making investment. And the good thing that we have just got that brand new law, which is quite good, and it gives the right to input some responsibility for not making the investment into Ukrainian company. So let's get back one more time to the situation that we do have two shareholders, 50% each of them. Yes. For example, they have made their investment fully, and one has transferred $500,000 from US account, and another has transferred $500,000 from his UAE account. Yeah, and the company has 1 million. So previously the company had this amount of share capital on the paper, and it gave the possibility to invest. Now, after the investment has been done, what can we do with these funds? The company can use these funds fully, absolutely. They can pay the salary with this money. They can buy products. They can buy stuff. They can buy needed materials, needed equipment, pay the rental. They can use absolutely these funds for their business activity. It's not like in, for example, in Italy, there is some certain amount of share capital, capitale sociale, which is frozen, and the company has no right to use those funds. Here, this company has absolutely the right to use this money for their purpose. The very important thing, when the share capital is being declared, the main number is always in hryvnia, in Ukrainian currency. But always, when there is a foreign investment, we do always write the equivalent in the foreign currency. In such case, the bank transaction, this transaction, is possible, technically possible. One more thing, let's consider the situation if the share capital of this company has already been formed, right? Has already been paid. For example, 1 year after, we see that this company is growing and they need more investment. And they, like, what can we do in this case? We have the right to invest only 1 million or not? The answer is not. It's the shareholder to declare how much they want to invest. Basically, you can declare, establish a Ukrainian company, the amount of share capital like $1 or $100 billion. It's up to you to decide how much to invest into Ukrainian company. From one hand, it's not very good because the businesses, they are not so secure. When you are working with the company and the amount of share capital there is like $100, like it's it's not so trustworthy, yeah. But in the case if the amount of share capital of Ukrainian company, for example, $100 billion, that doesn't mean that it was paid actually. So it can be just on the paper, and it can be checked only like years after. Was it really paid or not? But let's get back to the situation when the two businessmen, they see that the company is growing and they are ready to make more investment. For example, now they want to additionally to invest $9 million. They make the same declaration of intention to invest. There shall be some company's documents which are needed to be signed, and there is a specific legal process for that. But basically it's similar to this declaration of intention. One more time, they can declare higher amount of share capital, they can erase the amount of share capital. Coming back to Ukrainian company, in Ukrainian company you can make all of types of changes. You can change director, shareholder, amount of share capital. You can change legal address, types of business activity, anything you want. The only thing you cannot change, only two things, the company registration date and company registration number, that remains for the whole lifetime of the company. So in this case, after they have declared that they do want to invest 9 millions more, they have the same 6 months under the law. Like the law says 6 months, but if the articles of association of the company says that they need to make the investment during 1 month, so it is the investment period. And this process can be made multiple times. Like as much time you want to raise the amount of share capital, you can do it even 100 times, it's not a problem. Let's get back to the situation of 1 million. In the case if, for example, they have declared 1 million, but it was not fully paid. For example, each of them has paid only 50% of declared amount. Like they have paid they made the payment of 0.5 million, and they see that not additional investment is required, for example. So what can they do in this case? They can decrease the amount of share capital. That would be like not can, they should decrease the amount of share capital. And it is, one more time, there is no penalty for that. There is no responsibility, both for the company and for shareholders, but only in the case if there are no creditors. Like if the company doesn't owe any money to any other company or individual. But this process of decrease of amount of share capital usually is harder than increase of amount of share capital, because when you decrease the amount of share capital, you need to wait a month before it will get fully legal power, this decision. So the law of Ukraine gives some time for creditors to claim that company, that like, guys, you should not decrease the amount of share capital, you owe us money and we were expecting for those money, and so on, so on. But these all processes that I told you, it relates only to limited liability company. Ukrainian joint stock company, we have two types of joint stock company. Closed joint stock company that has no listing on the stock exchange. It's something like stock limited liability company. And we have open joint stock company that has listing, like it's must have to have for that company to have a listing, to have the stocks listed on some stock exchange of any type. Basically, that's it. We hope that this information was useful. Subscribe to our channel. All the best.